welcome to my next video. This is Mrs. Quinn, or the virtual teaching assistant, and this video will be on column subtraction. Now, in the videos, what I try and do is keep them as concise and short as possible, and also I try and hit different levels. By no means would I expect you to know every level after seeing this video, so please do pause and rewind and just concentrate on the bits that suit you and your ability. Okay, let's move on. All right, first things first, you must always remember with column subtraction that the biggest number you are subtracting from needs to go on top. Now that's the biggest overall number, not just the biggest digit. I'll give you an example of it here. Now whenever you see a subtraction sum or the number sentence, it'll be written like this one over here. So 47 subtract 22. Okay, so my 47 will go on the top, 22 on the bottom. As long as you set your columns out correctly, then you shouldn't go far wrong with it, and I'll show you as to why. I've just put this chart here just to help and demonstrate for the sake of this example that I'm giving you, but normally you wouldn't need that. Okay, so first we start with the ones column. So I will take 2 away from 7, okay, and that's 5, and then 2 away from 4 is 2. Okay, so in total 25. All right, so let's have a little bit of a practice. So 36 subtract 22, 2 from 6 is 4, 2 from 3 is 1. 97 subtract 25, 5 from 7 is 2, and 2 from 9 is 7. Okay, now I am aware that this is 90 and 20 because they're in the tens column, but just for the sake of me adding them up, I'm just going to treat them as 2 subtract 9 is 7, because we still know, because this is the tens column, that this is a 70. All right, 87 subtract 31, oh sorry, 86 subtract 31, 1 from 6 is 5, and 3 from 8 is also 5. All right, so what if my digit on the top row is smaller than my digit on the bottom row? All right, in this instance, you need to borrow from the column to the left. Now, whenever I highlight something like this, it's always because it's important vocabulary for you to understand in maths, okay? So this is borrowing. All right, so as you can see, I've got 84 subtract 59. Now, we always start with the ones. Can I take 9 away from 4? Well, I can't, can I? Because my 9 is bigger than 4, so I can't do that. So what I'm going to have to do here is borrow. Okay, so I'm going to take a 10 from here. So I'm going to cross out my 8, and I'm going to pop a 10 over here that I've just taken. And right now this becomes a 7 because I've just taken 10 away. All right, so 14 subtract 9, can I do that? Yes, I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count from 9 on my fingers all the way up to 14 to tell me the difference. If you know it in your head, then great, but if you need to use your fingers, that is also fine. So pop 9 in your head, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's 5. Excellent. And now can I take 5 away from 7? Yeah, I can. That's 25. So what if the column I want to borrow from, which is my tens column, is 0? So if it's 0, I can't borrow anything from it. Then I need to borrow from the column next door but 1 to my left, which is my hundreds column. All right, so here's my example. It's going to be 100 take away 74. All right, so start with your ones. Can I take 4 away from nothing? Well, no, I can't, because there's nothing to take anything from. So, and I can't borrow from my tens because it's 0. So I'm going to need to borrow from my hundreds. Watch this. So cross out my 1. That then becomes a 0. Now I've got 10 tens here. Yeah? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to need to cross these out and move one of my tens over here. And don't forget to change that to a 9. Okay? Yeah? All right, so now I've got 10 ones. 10 take away 4 is 6. 9 take away 7 is 2. and I've got no hundreds. Okay, let's have a practice. As a reminder, you've got to subtract the digits on the bottom row from the digits on the top row, and you always start with your ones. You borrow from the tens column if you're able to. If not, then borrow from the hundreds column. And once you have enough, start subtracting. I'm getting my words mixed up today. All right, I've put the tables here again, but like I said, you don't need these. As long as you line your numbers up properly, you don't need tables. Let's have a go. Ooh, 612 take away 497. Okay. So I can't take 7 from 2. So I'm going to cross out my 1 here because I'm going to borrow a 10. That then becomes a 0. This now becomes a 12. Can I take 7 from 12? Yes, I can. That leaves me with 5. Okay, now on to my tens. Can I take 9 away from nothing? No, I can't. So I need to borrow again. So this becomes a 5, and this now becomes a 10. Can I take 9 away from 10? Absolutely, yes, I can. That leaves me with 1. And then can I take 4 from 5? And that's another 1. So we know that 612 subtract 497 is 115. Okay, let's try another. 302. Can I take 3 away from 2? No, we're 1 short there, so I can't do it. So I need to borrow, but this is a 0. So what do? I borrow from here. Okay, this then becomes a 2. This now becomes a 10, remember, because we've borrowed. But then I need to move this 1 from here over here. So how do we do this? Cross these out. That becomes a 9. And now I've got 12 over here. Yeah? So 12 take away 3. We can count up if you like again, or if you know it in your head, that's great. Pop 3 in your head and let's count forwards. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There you go, that's 9. And then 9 take away 4, can we do that? We absolutely can. That's 5. And then 2 take away 1, can we do that? Yes, we can. 159. So 302 take away 143 is 159. Now, 3-digit by 3-digit isn't always as complicated as the ones I've shown you here. Sometimes they're as straightforward as the first ones. Let's have a look. Okay, if I take nothing from 1, what am I left with? Still 1. 1 from 3, 2, and 4 from 5 is 1. A nice simple one for us to end on. Have a practice by yourself and see if you can do it. And like I said, just go back, go over clips that you're finding useful, and then pause and stop and replay the bits that you think you need a bit more help on. Okay, I hope this has helped. If you have any feedback at all, positive or negative, please leave it for me, okay? And if anyone would like a shout out, please leave me a message with the names you'd like me to shout out, and I'll do that for you. All right, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and take care.